Welsh units of measurement are those in use in Wales between the sub-Roman period and the 13th century Edwardian conquest. Modern Wales no longer employs these units even for customary purposes, but instead follows the custom as elsewhere in Britain of using a mixture of metric and imperial units. Length. In the Venedosian code used in Gwynedd, the units of length were said to have been codified by Dyfnwal Momod but retained unchanged by Howell DDA. The code provided for computing the units variously, as well as deriving them from grains of barley. In measuring milk and its legal worth, disputes over the length of the inch used in the container were to be resolved by the width of the judge's thumb. The code notes that in some areas of Wales, the rod used to compute the Welsh acre was not reckoned from feet but taken to be as long as the tallest man in the treff, with his hand above his head. 3 barley corns equals 1 inch. 3 inches equals 1 palm. 3 palms equals 1 foot. 3 feet equals 1 pace. 4 feet equals 1 short yoke. 3 paces equals 1 leap. 8 feet equals 1 field yoke or second yoke. 12 feet equals 4 paces equals 1 lateral yoke. 3 leaps equals 1 land. 16 feet equals 1 long yoke equals rod. 1000 lands equals 1 mile. Area. In the Venedosian code used in Gwynedd, the basic field unit was the Welsh acre or eru, whose legal description, its breadth as far as a man can reach in either direction with an ox goad as long as the long yoke, and its length, 30 times that measure, is noted by Owen as ambiguous. He finds it more likely, however, that the measure to be multiplied 30 times is the width of the acre rather than a single long yoke. Thus, at least in theory, 2 rods times 30 rods equals 1 acre 1,440 square imperial yards, or 2 rods times 60 rods equals 1 acre 4,320 square imperial yards. 4 acres equals 1 homestead. 4 homesteads equals 1 shareland. 4 sharelands equals 1 holding. 4 holdings equals 1 township. 4 townships equals 1 manor. 12.5 manors equals 1 comoche. 2 comotes equals 1 cantref equals 25,600 acres. Although in fact the comotes and cantrefs were fixed political entities with quite various sizes. The 11th century Blethren ap Symphon is also described as having changed the legal composition of the homestead for purposes of inheritance and c. varying its size depending on the social status of the owner. The homestead of a nobleman was 12 Welsh acres, that of a serf had 8, and that of a bondsman or slave had 4. The text, however, notes the uncommonness of this division and says it was generally understood as 4 acres regardless of status. In the Dimetian code used in southern Wales, the same divisions were reckoned differently. 2 rods times 18 rods equals 1 acre. 312 acres equals 1 shareland. 3 sharelands held by serfs equals 1 serf town. 4 sharelands held in freehold equals 1 free town. 7 serf towns equals 1 lowland manor equals 936 acres. 12 free towns equals 1 upland manor equals 1248 acres. Volume 1 hectare equals 2 Winchester bushels. Time. The Welsh seem to have used an 8 or 9 day wick, rather than a 7-day one, long after their conversion to Christianity.